Welcome to another episode of Meet Me Outside. It's your boy Kunal, it's your boy Dennis. Here we are back again. How's it going, bro?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. What do you mean?
What do I mean? Come on, you did something. I just got out of bed 20 minutes ago. You've been
That's true. I ran a half marathon today.
a half a marathon.
Yeah, half a
wow.
marathon. 13 miles.
13? You didn't do the .1?
I gave up at that point.
You were like 13's enough.
Would it be funny if I just stopped at that point and I go, you know what?
You still you used as much energy arguing that you shouldn't have to do it. You know what I mean? You stay there for an extra hour talking to the officials.
Listen, it's .1.
You're like, I will shave off 1/10 of this medal and give it back to you.
Technically, if you think about it, I had to get here.
That's true. That's a good point.
Right?
How did you get there? You walked and took the subway?
I walked.
You didn't treat yourself to an Uber?
No, because it was too crowded.
That's true. That's true.
And then what's worse is we ran by my apartment.
Oh, it was like real local.
Real local.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What charity did you run for?
None.
You piece of shit.
Good.
You worthless scumbag.
Actually, no. That's a lie. That's a lie. Russia.
They could use the help right now. I think.
They could.
I'm pretty
Listen,
sure they're
man,
struggling.
Me running is not a problem by any means. I'm not an arrogant person by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's not that I'm just out here.
Why do you have two?
Medals upon.
Why'd they give you two?
They didn't. These are from other
These
races.
are different things?
I just wanted to flex.
They look extra Nickelodeon to me.
They do look hefty, right?
I figured when you said they gave you a medal, I was thinking like a gold Olympic medal.
No.
Or something that...
These are clownish Brooklyn hipster
Yeah,
medals.
I was about to say these are cartoon medals.
Yeah. These aren't. These are die-cast garbage.
How many people ran?
2,500.
What a waste of material to make 2,500 stupid medals like that.
I'm going to be honest, a lot of them didn't deserve it.
Did everybody finish?
Those who finish get a medal. And let me tell you something about participation. I'm not against the participation trophy.
Uh-huh.
But I still think that if you're running a marathon...
You guys kind of got participation trophies for a full marathon. You guys, you know what I mean?
That's true. I'd imagine full marathon runners are like, you gave these guys medals?
They look down on you so bad.
Oh, you know what's worse? At the end, they merge. We merge with the marathon runners, and you should see, one of them spit on me. No, that'd be great if that was
one of them trips you up.
Yeah, I would. You know what? If I looked up and they were like, I'm running a full marathon, I would be like, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is, I guess, in that regard, yeah. But I think that people that walk... most of it should be kind of like taken off.
They're walking most of it?
So I see people a lot of people walking.
Or are they just going through cycles where like they jog for 15 minutes, walk for 5?
They probably jog and then...
That's what they say to themselves, but they're really just walking the entire time?
There are a lot of people that I pass. I was like, there's no reason.
Shit, if you could walk it, I would have done it.
Yeah, I know. There was some people that...
I'm on a scooter flying by you. I'm like, what's the difference? What do we...
I mean, my foot's touching the ground.
Yeah. I'll do it twice on the scooter.
You're beating marathon. There was a guy, there was a woman who was running and she was just a really big lady.
How big are we talking?
We're talking hefty.
Like she had set this goal a year ago and she just never followed up, but she still had to go through with it.
It feels like she did a bunch of other races and most of them were food competitions.
She's trying to qualify for Nathan's and they're like, you got to run a half marathon. She's like, what?
She signed up for a bunch of different marathons.
Was she running?
There was times where she was running.
Okay.
And there was times.
Wait a minute. If there were times when she was running, it sounds like you were keeping pace with this woman for quite a while.
No, I mean.
So what does that say about how much you were running?
No. I saw her from a distance.
You spotted her?
Yeah, I spotted
on the horizon?
Yeah, I saw
getting
her.
Bigger and bigger?
Yeah, and I felt like I was going west.
Is that the what was she wearing?
It was bright. It was bright orangey and yellow.
I mean, if I ran the marathon, I'd still be dressed out in all black.
Yeah, you would
just be. Black and pale.
And just covered in my dog's fur.
Somehow still constantly covered in this little asshole's fur.
As he lays here.
13.1. How long did it take you?
It took me 2 hours and 9 minutes.
That's not that bad. What's that a pace of?
That's a little under 10.
That's pretty good. You happy with it?
Man, I don't care.
Well, then why'd you do it? I don't care.
No,
you got medals.
No. Listen, the medals.
You're shitting on other people who don't run at all. The turkey trot people.
First of all, let me just say something. I'd shit on people if I didn't run this race, period.
I feel like the only reason you got dragged into this race is every year you go down and you just heckle the people as they run by anyway. And finally one day someone's like, you think you could do this? You're like, can I? If she could do it, I could do it. That fucking basketball.
Look at your dumb wife over there. Why don't you? What do you run into the market for that bitch?
The best part is that they're so winded, you just run away and you just speed away from them. They don't make it.
I only talk shit from mile 10 on.
After they've gassed out already.
Yeah, I'm smart about how I do it. This is the thing. So a friend of mine wanted to run a marathon because her brother had died of cancer, and she made the promise that she'd run a marathon, right? And I said to her, and then she's like,
Can I just say something real quick?
What's up?
You don't have to do shit if I die.
Of course
You're
not.
off the hook.
Yeah, you want me to gain 50 pounds.
Yeah, right. I want you to put on some weight in honor of me. Be like, I really want you to let yourself go. I want you to pick up boozing again.
Right.
You got to stop after like 6 months. But pick it up, put on some weight for me, and play Elden Ring.
Dude, I would do that for you.
I know you would.
Yeah, I would.
You're a good friend, Kunal.
Yeah, so...
I blow my brains out right here. You're like, shit.
And I open up like a beer. And I'm like,
Just, here we go.
Yeah, so I go to... So she said that she had to run a marathon. She wanted to run a marathon for her brother, right?
Okay.
So I go... So then she signs up for the half marathon. And I go, way to cheat your dead brother.
I was about to say.
Yeah, right.
Was he a runner? Was this...
No.
Or did she just pick some random thing?
No, she felt like obligated to make a promise or whatever.
She's like, I'm going to get the Pac-Man world record
yeah,
high score.
Why couldn't you
For John.
Yeah. Why couldn't you learn something a lot less ambitious?
Yeah.
Be like, you know what? I'll learn to play a song on the guitar. Maybe even less. Maybe I'll learn to play a song on the triangle. Something.
Well, she was running for I'm imagining she linked up with a charity.
No.
No. Was this brother real? Is this even a real brother?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even think she's sad. No, it's not. That's.
She's smiling the whole way.
Yeah,
She's singing, "I'm walking on sunshine." Whoa!
And boy, does it feel good to not be dead. Oh man, I'm off. But in terms of, so she goes. So I go. You know what? I'll run this race too. And then Dina wanted to run a half marathon, and she got in on it. And then another buddy got in on it. It's a lot.
You never even thought to ask me? Maybe I wanted to run a half marathon?
Buddy, you run every day. Mostly from your problems.
I was waiting for the follow-up there.
There we go.
I tried running once. You know this.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Tell me.
Let me tell you something. Running, so this is the thing. I did this half marathon. I trained for it. Well, training's a little loose. I played it very loose. Fast and loose with the training. We went on tour. We
were on tour for like 10 days. I think you ran once. And then then one day it was raining. You're like, I'm going to go swim in the pool for 15 minutes. I'm like, that'll do. That'll make up the
I flailed for
the road work.
I think I might have just drank half the pool and then came back and was like, that was a tough workout.
That was good. That was tough. Yeah. Now when I sweat, I smell like the public pool.
So I was loosely training. And when I did run 10 miles, I said to myself, this is the stupidest thing that I've done to sign up for this.
Right.
Absolutely. Because running is so dumb. Anybody who runs is an idiot.
For any reason? Or you mean like recreationally?
No, like when you start...
For fitness?
When you start to reach anything past 5 miles... You're an idiot.
Okay.
You're full.
Well, you are doing like damage to your body,
right? That's what
right?
I'm saying. You're a full.
Possibly irreparable.
Yeah, and this is the thing.
Which means you can't fix it later.
Yeah. I was gonna gloss over what that meant until you explained it to me, and I'm happy you did.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, I was like, once you go, you could run sprints and lose just as much weight if you were to run 5 miles. You know what I mean? Like the equivalent of it.
Sprinting
like
5 miles in short bursts?
No, not 5 miles in short bursts, but like
just doing short sprints.
Short sprints.
A set of 10 or whatever.
Yeah. And you would lose like the equivalent of running like 3 to 5 miles.
Well, also walking, you are going to burn pretty much the same amount of calories too, right? That blew my mind. I remember in health class, 7th grade, teacher was like, if you run a mile or you walk a mile, you burn the same amount of calories.
Right.
And I was like, you're fucking dumb. You're the gym teacher. You don't know what you're talking about. Turns out he was right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, Mr. G.
Was that his name?
Absolutely. I don't remember the full Italian Guinery of it.
Guinery.
Cut that out.
Guinery.
Guinery? That's a new.
Buddy, that just sounds like Guinea.
But that's what but it's not Guinea. It's not Guineyness. It's the Guinery of it. You got what I was going for, right?
I thought you.
Did you not get it?
No, I didn't get it. I thought that was close to what I was like.
The Guinery of it.
The Guinery.
On a level of O to O.
Yeah, the Guinist.
The Guinist of it.
Yeah, the Guinist. Like gist.
All right. So
Yeah.
you ran 10 miles at one point training for it. Was that the most you had ever ran before at a stretch?
At this point, yeah.
And now today, 13.1. Now that's your new PR.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and-
Will you ever do this again?
Man, I don't think so.
You know, you don't even look that banged up. I came in here. I was a little annoyed because I thought you'd really be like, oh, like hurting.
No.
You're walking around.
Nah, I'm hopped up on so much Aleve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That does make a
I'm
lot
on
of sense.
a lot of
All right.
pills right now.
How much Aleve did you take?
I mean, to be honest, man, I think we're talking full extra strength, like 2 big chunk pills. They look like vitamins.
2 pills? That's it?
I mean, I'm sweating.
I'm sweating straight
Yeah,
Excedrin
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Aleve?
Yeah.
All right, so you're never going to do it. Well, you'll see, though. You'll come around in a week because I hear that this sort of thing gets addictive to people.
Dude, anybody who runs like that makes it their personality
Yeah.
is a fucking loser. Look, I mean, everything about them. Like, you go to the race, and let me tell you what happens. You get there, right? And then the people are just amped.
Yeah.
You got the guy who's running before the race. Yeah. He's getting jogs in before the race.
Well, is he loosening up? You know what I mean?
This
Doesn't matter. Shut up, Dennis.
stretch like a normal adult.
Okay.
Then you got the guy who's overstretching.
Uh-huh.
He's doing like the long, like leg out situations.
Sure.
You know,
And then you got the people who show up like me and that lady, and it's just like, what are you even doing here? What are you even doing here?
the bib for the numbers askew.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You messed up one of the pins and blood is coming
Sweating out
through the
last
shirt.
night's booze, just like rolling my shoulders. That's the only thing I'm doing.
Right.
It's just,
There's always a guy who goes the other direction.
nice day today. Like yelling way too loud.
There's always another guy who comes in and he thinks he's like above it.
Uh-huh.
There's a guy who's smoking.
Was there a guy smoking?
There's always a
beforehand?
guy smoking, and he's like, "This doesn't mean anything to anybody."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I love that guy too.
That guy's got to be confident because he knows he's going to do well, though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I worked
yeah.
one time with a guy. He was like ex-Marine or something when I worked construction. This guy said he would run 10 miles and smoke the whole time, smoke Newports while he was running. And I was just like, why do you hate yourself that much? Like, what did you do in Afghanistan, dude?
Oh,
that
you
are
know
now-
the answer. What do you
Smoke
mean?
children.
Yeah,
Jesus.
what are you kidding me? Absolutely.
He just runs down the list of names in his
Yeah.
head while he's smoking and running.
It's just a classroom of children.
I didn't get that kid's name, but I'm going to assume Muhammad.
I'm assuming Muhammad.
I'm a
David.
one David.
Friendly fire.
One white guy in there. Friendly fire. I checked the corner. He was there. He didn't announce himself.
Yeah.
That's on David.
Yeah. We played Counter-Strike. You know what to do. So yeah, man, I'm toast for now.
Yeah.
I'm toast. Yeah.
Okay.
Not gonna happen.
Well,
So, you know what's funny is like I text you about the podcast and everything, and you had literally go, "Well, I better start my day," and
Yeah.
you had just gotten out of bed.
I asked you. I hit you up and I said, "Let me know when you're done with the race." And
Yeah.
you're like, "I'm home already." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "I'm not even out of bed yet."
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you right now, when
I still look worse than you.
when I got those text messages, I've never been so jealous.
I was gonna say, were you annoyed?
Oh, so angry.
Yeah.
I could just imagine you sitting in your bed with your stupid big pillows.
I got a lot of pillows.
Yeah,
I got
you're just sitting there like a Shah.
surrounded by body pillows. I
Yeah.
got the brown noise going.
Oh, of course.
Over the Bluetooth
Of
speaker,
course,
just
you
a little.
Yeah, and you're just kind of leaning in. You wake up,
Yeah.
having your cup of coffee, taking in the day slowly.
That's exactly
but
what I- well-
surely.
That's pretty much exactly what I did.
And I thought every minute about that, and I go, "Fuck this guy."
Fuck this, dude.
And you said to me, like, I tried running for a little while, and I'd imagine you have bad knees.
I think I got bad knees from running because I was
You're-
very active as a young person.
Yes.
And then I went probably 8-9 years of being pretty sedentary, which means you don't move a lot.
First of all, you didn't even say that word right.
sedentary. Sedentary?
I don't think it's
What do you sedentary?
sedentary.
Sedentary? No, that sounds wrong.
Century.
Sedentary.
Yeah.
Because I was doing stand up. When you start
Sure.
pursuing stand up, you're doing nothing but stand up
Absolutely.
and working your day job
I
or
used to
whatever.
do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I stopped to do stand-up.
you? I didn't know that.
I did it for like 9 months.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 9 years.
No. Well, you think? First of all,
I feel like you pick up the basics in 9 months.
Yeah, I was doing the basics. Yeah.
Could you roll around? Would you revert to that knowledge if you got into a scrap?
Now, no.
No,
But I
it's
will say
gone.
this though: in those 9 months, a buddy of mine who is always been stronger than me, always he's like the kind of guy who could bang out 100 push-ups easy,
Okay.
right? And I remember one time,
How many can you do?
if I'm lucky, 40.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was like he's a jacked, stout dude. And I mean, the guy could kick my ass.
Sure.
But then one time we were drunk, and he was like, "So you've been taking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? Think you could kick my ass?"
This guy wanted to fuck you, dude.
Yeah, right. You looking very.
How old were you when you started play wrestling with your
like
buddy?
25, 26, dude.
That's too old for.
Yeah, I know. He goes, "You look Brazilian," and he just winked at me. No, right?
It's so like, can you prove? Did the curtains match your fighting style?
So he goes, he starts fucking tussling with me.
And you're drinking?
Yeah. And
it's getting steamy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to wrestle with an erection, right?
Well, yeah, one thing led to another, and I pinned him.
He let you.
Yeah.
I can't move.
1, 2, 3. I finished.
All right, so you start tussling, and what, you got the better of him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Easy.
Well, did he have any fighting experience too? Because that's a big thing. Like,
I mean, he'd taken like various fighting stuff.
Okay.
But also, I'd been so on top of my game there,
right,
that I was going like 2-3 times a week, and then I got him, and then he went at me again. And I got him again. And he was just, and I was like, dude.
And then he started crying. Like, you're not supposed to let me win sometimes, man.
My father never. He starts like revealing things about his life that he never. My father, the nursing.
My father never let me win in video games.
It would make me do all these push-ups. Now I'm short and I'm big, but I don't want to be that way.
Oh, the short, big guys they got something to prove too.
Yes.
So he was already pissed at you just for being a tall.
Yeah, he's like 5'6".
Right.
But he's a stout guy.
Yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't a wrestler in high school then.
He was like a big gamer guy.
Big gamer guy.
Yeah,
okay. So he maybe came around to the working out a little bit later.
No. He did push-ups as a young kid. With his
you keep saying, is that all he did? This guy was known for just banging out push-ups?
But yeah, I mean, he went to jail for 7 years.
He did?
No.
I don't know, man. I don't know who you...
No.
He's like, you were wrestling with a guy who did 7 years... Like, he definitely was trying to fuck you.
He's holding a knife to my throat, and I was like, this is not... So we did... Yeah, so it was just like, when you do that, you get the best of... You learn how to fucking tussle,
I always think... we were on the road recently. My morning ritual is I wake up and I go to Public Freakout on Reddit and I see if there's any new scraps. Some people go to World Star Hip Hop, not really my thing.
Yeah.
But I like the Public
Freakout is the white version of World Star.
Kind of, a little bit. Oftentimes, I think World Star gets a little more. It's usually more violent, whereas a Public Freakout could just be somebody losing their shit.
Is this? We're a little more classier over at Public
That's how it sounded. That's not what I was going for.
Sounded very.
I was hoping you were going to let me gloss over it.
No. Not this time. Not this podcast. I'm done.
Done with your bullshit,
I'm
Dennis.
done with your bullshit. I'm done with your racism. I'm done with you sliding remarks in where I don't catch them. You don't think I watch back every episode and I go, I should have commented on that fucking nonsensical.
You got all my racist quotes hanging up on the wall with pieces of yarn between.
Why do you think
pull this down?
And it's you wearing a Klan hood on one. I'm like, this is unnecessary.
Public Freakout won't allow any crossover posts from World Star Hip Hop. If anyone says World Star at all, they just like, no, take it down. White fights only.
Okay, you're kidding.
I'm fucking I'm fucking around.
Yeah, you're kidding. Okay,
but and then so a lot of mornings that's how I'll start my day.
Yes.
And it's almost like a boost of it. You get the adrenaline juice going, seeing other people in these situations
from watching other people freak out.
Not that.
So you like
certain videos are better than others.
No,
I'm saying if there's like a high school kid who like is getting fucked with in the bathroom,
right?
And you think, oh, this kid's kind of like a herb. He's kind of a nerd, right? And then all of a sudden he turns his shit on and just starts swinging wildly. You're gonna get a little jacked up.
I thought when you said Public Freakout, I know there's like some fighting videos, but I thought it was just people being filmed and flipping out.
Just white people asking black people if they live in the building. There is a lot of that.
Most of the videos are just the front of apartment buildings.
Those will get me going too, though. If I see
from whose side?
The minority, because the person in question, the person who's like filming is always the person who's like, so say one more time. You don't recognize me? And there's 40 people live in this building, so you know every person who lives in this building.
You see this key fob in my hand?
Yeah, right? Yeah. I don't need to tell you what. And they're like, well, I need to know. I don't recognize you. I want to know what apartment. Right. I don't need to tell you what apartment I live in. I'm jacked up.
They've given every bit of indication that they live in the building. They key fobbed their way in. They've opened the mailbox, and they're still like going after them.
It's like, I live Next door to you, dude. I live literally in the same hallway as you. I see you all the time. Your name's Jeff. I'm Bill.
You're 6C.
Yeah, you're 6C.
And the guy doubles down. Well, I don't really.
How do you know where I live? He calls the cops.
Have you been following me? He takes out another phone.
So those are the videos that I like to watch in the morning. They get me jacked up.
Sure.
And almost always I'll have that moment where I'm like, I got to learn how to box, or I got to learn how to like roll Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or something. I want to be, because I'm a big guy.
Yes.
I'm still like fairly core strength strong, but I'm not nearly as strong as I once was.
Well, you did football in high school.
I played football. Yeah, I played
And you're
sports
a
all
big,
growing up.
and I don't mean weight wise.
No, it's both. I'm a big guy.
You're a big guy.
I'm a big guy every way except for where it counts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Come on, man. Let's wrestle.
Come on, man. You know I got a small pecker. I got myself a tiny pecker.
It's the only way I can talk about it is if I sound like fucking Colonel Sanders.
My drumstick tiny little man. I got myself a chicken tendy.
You want to see my chicken wing? Yeah, I want to learn.
I'll tell you this much, not much ranch coming out of this tendy.
Right. You always got to get gross.
Yeah, I know.
You always got to get gross.
I know. All right.
It's a good one though.
Yeah,
I'll remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I want to learn how to fight. You know what I mean?
We
should learn how to fight.
No. This is what I don't like.
Violence?
Yes.
Okay.
But also guys that take boxing classes, and you know when they've taken a few boxing classes, and they do that bullshit where they'll see you and they'll be like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And they'll come in and they'll start using it, and they'll kind of like fuck with you lightly.
Yeah.
You know, and
yeah,
I get so irritated by that. I wish, this is how angry I get. I wish I could tell the boxing place they get to.
They're irresponsibly using your teachings.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, you know, this guy comes up to people and throws a couple jabs and play fights with people.
Yeah.
Are you okay with this kind of shit?
You ever see a comic shadow boxing before they're set?
Oh,
is there anything more pathetic?
So pathetic.
Shadow boxing.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I were ever,
it's me.
Get back to reality. There goes Rabbit. Yo, Lose Yourself is on every white guy's playlist.
I can't even listen to that song in jest anymore.
Yeah.
I've listened to it so many times to get hyped up before a show.
Of course.
When I run out of public freakout videos, when there's no more Karens asking how they got into the building, I gotta resort to that.
Yeah, when you reach the end of it. This is the thing. I think boxing would be a better situation for you.
Yeah.
Because and this is why one of the reasons, besides starting stand-up, why I stopped Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which kind of like irritated the shit out of me, right? First of all, there's no weight class in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Right, yeah.
You roll with whoever you got to roll with.
Yeah.
And this is what happened. And
but that's life, though.
Yeah. You're right. And I was on the way out of this. And I'm not saying this is the core reason as to why I stopped doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But it is a reason where I was like kind of annoyed with it. So I get into...
Was your instructor constantly putting you up with a guy my size?
No. There was a dude that I went up against. He was probably... he was like my height. He was like 6'2", 6'1". And he was probably heavier than you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, like we're talking... The guy had 4 bills.
Really?
4 bills.
And he's in there?
He's in there.
Was he good? Because sometimes that's the thing, too, about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right?
First day.
Oh, it's his first day.
First day.
And how long have you been training?
At this point, 9 months.
I would have been a little excited.
Yeah, I mean, I was.
Until he sat on me.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He literally, we were rolling, and...
He realized if he just stopped at a certain point, he just stopped moving. It's
I kid you not. He's fighting me as best as he can. I'm trying to do everything I can. I'm using every tactic I know. And then he just realizes...
Calling him names and shit.
he just realizes he just lays on top of me.
Yeah.
And as I push one part of fat away, another part is on me.
Yep.
And I just can't get under, and then I just gas myself out.
Right.
And then I'm just laying there, and I tap, and I go. I'm like, this is... I might as well just...
The instructor comes over. He's like, "You're a natural, kid."
He upgrades his belts that day. I was like, son of a bitch.
His name's on the outside now.
Yeah.
It's his dojo.
And also, there's the other thing, too. Everybody in the place that I was in got ringworm.
Oh, well, that's the bigger reason to get the fuck out
No,
of there.
I mean, the comedy was the bigger reason. But yeah, everybody got ringworm.
You were sticking around with the ringworm for 2 weeks, and then comedy hit hard, and you're like, all right.
This is what happened. Some guy who was like an older dude who'd been rolling for years, you know, and we're about to roll, and he looks at me and he goes, and he points to his thigh, and there's a big ringworm right on his thigh. And he goes, just try to avoid my thigh. And I go, how am I going to do that?
Yeah.
How am I going to avoid your thigh?
Right.
And
it
then,
wasn't wrapped up or anything? No bandage?
No,
nothing?
it was, it looked like a cigar burn.
Right.
Yeah, this thing was there.
Ugh.
And he was like, avoid my thigh. And then before you know it, my head is on his thigh.
You're kissing it?
Yeah, right?
He's holding your head against it.
He's like, say Matei.
What's Matei? Is that his name?
No.
That's what tap out is in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
No,
Matei?
it's blood sport. You never saw blood sport.
I did. I don't remember Matei. I remember Kumite.
Yeah, well, Kumate's the fight, and then
To tap out, you say Matei?
Matei, yeah. It was. I mean, I went. I fucking bombed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll sit in it.
Okay.
That's fair.
Well,
that's the episode.
yeah, you know what? You're tired. You're
Yeah.
gassed. You ran 13.1 miles today. I've been up for 3 hours.
Right.
I get it. Tough
Fair
day
enough.
all around.
Mm-hmm.
I went to go see Jack White at Barclays Center last week.
I'm so happy you brought this up.
Yeah.
So this is what. Let's set the stage a little here.
Okay.
Hold on. I just want a little preface to how this is going to go down. I was supposed to go with you
Yes.
because Lori Palmentary, full names,
Yep. Full names.
got COVID.
Yes.
And
Stupid.
dirty bitch.
Dirty.
Yeah, I don't know. So she got COVID,
Uh-huh.
and she hit me up and she goes, "Hey, do you want to see, like a couple friends are going to see Jack White. Do you want to go?" And I had shows, so I couldn't go. So where was this?
Barclays Center.
Barclays. It was Thursday. I saw you because I was at my mom's house learning how to cook.
Right.
Which we'll get into.
Okay.
So you're the Barclays Center.
Yeah.
You get home, you shower, you get ready. I see you take a cab, you fucking ritzy bitch.
Race to the fucking train station.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I don't know. I'm not going to walk a mile and a half or whatever it is to the train station.
Well, all right, sure.
I'm not saying I never have, but I was trying to make a train.
You know what? Maybe you will take a boxing class.
Maybe I'll run a half marathon. I'll run a full marathon just to push it, If I had that over you, oh, man, that would be so good.
Oh, it'd be so great.
I'd bring it up constantly.
I know
I'd
you
wear
would.
the medal
I know
all
you
the
would.
time.
Every time.
If we were doing a show together, I'd be like, oh, let me go grab my medal from my car. I'll bring it in the car just in case. Yeah. No, I'm trying to make this Long Island Railroad train into Atlantic Terminal, which, by the way, I'll say that very handy. Nice to take the train right in, almost
Direct.
like Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
You take the train in, you're right there.
Direct.
Right there.
Yeah.
Meet up with some friends, some comics and stuff before the show, have a couple drinks.
Where'd you have the couple drinks?
I think it was called McMahon's.
There's a bar nearby.
There's an Irish tavern right
Nice.
nearby. I suggest the place.
Sure.
Very reasonable.
Right. How many beers are you having now?
Oh, I mean, I'm not counting, but a lot,
Okay.
I already, I got to drink a 40 on the train in. Hadn't done that in a long time.
Jeez.
A 40 on the train?
What kind of 40?
I would have gotten Old English, but they're in those plastic. There's plastic
They
now?
went plastic on the old
They're in the
40s.
Yeah, for years now. Isn't that gross? You feel like you're drinking a baby bottle.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
So I couldn't go with that.
Listen, I hate when Snapple went to plastic.
I think you could still get the glass some
I know,
places.
but I don't like. I just the fact that it's mostly available
Yeah.
in plastic
Yeah.
now. Nothing was more satisfying.
Then smacking a Snapple bottle and threatening someone's life.
Holding it to the throat of my victims was just finishing a fruit punch Snapple and just throwing it 3 squares and watching it shatter.
You piece of shit.
Queen's scum.
I was going to say, I could see you in like a Queen's Park.
Absolutely.
There's a metal trash can close to you.
You know what?
You give it the...
Oh, it wouldn't even take many squares of concrete. You know how like in New York City the little
They were
square-
easily breakable.
Yeah, you took 2 squares.
Yeah.
You toss up, watch it shatter, and now it's like, guess what? Everyone's day's ruined.
Right.
You want to know why I did it? Just finished my Snapple.
Just
I'm really
finish with
bummed
Snapple.
out.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
It's like when you get to flick a cigarette when you're done with it.
Yes.
You're like, I got to pick a target or something. You know what I mean?
Yes. Right.
I had a buddy in high school who, when he was done with his cigarette, he'd fucking flick it right at your chest, and it'd like, psh, like a flash of flame.
It'd ruin
you
a
know?
shirt.
It was. You probably got a couple cigarettes holes in shirts, and that was real scumbag shit that we used to do.
Right.
But yeah, there's something so satisfying about breaking a bottle, a glass
Yes,
bottle.
100%.
Not that I was gonna. I'm on the Long Island Railroad. I finished. I just wing it at the conductor. Smacks like.
You want to check my ticket?
Yeah, right.
I'll punch yours. So,
Although you get looks on the train still, I
for
think.
drinking a 40?
Yeah, a little bit.
Usually-
When you dress how I dress and you look how I look.
Let me tell you your own thing. People are drinking 40s on the way out.
Right.
No one's drinking 40s on the way in.
Well, there's
unless
like
it's like night on a weekend.
it's like if there's like a sports game going on.
Yes,
everyone's
that's a different
drinking on the
different
train.
story. Yeah,
But I'm just looking how I look silently. Got the headphones in. I was thinking about the Long Island Railroad, and if you're from New York, you know it. And it's one of those things where you either take it 5 days a week and you fucking hate it.
Yes.
Or when you do take it, it's like, ooh,
It's a
I'm gonna
treat.
have a night.
It's a treat.
It's a nice little treat if
Yes.
it goes right. If everything goes okay.
If everything goes, and there's a couple things that could spoil even the one-time treat.
Oh man.
Loud person on a phone call.
Yeah.
Can ruin the treat.
I've had that.
A group of young people that are getting fucked up but not being
Yep.
respectful when getting fucked up.
Right.
That can ruin that.
You can't. That's the thing. Is like everyone can do whatever they need to do on the train, but just like wear your headphones, keep your voice down a little
Recognize
bit.
there are other
you know what I
people on
mean?
the train.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Recognize
yeah.
those other people.
Right.
Don't ruin it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If people get too buck wild on the train, I'm sure they'll be like, no more drinking on the train.
Yeah.
Maybe not, because those same people making
Yeah,
those decisions
100%.
take the train in, and they like to have a little
100%.
cocktail
They
too.
love
You know?
it too. Yeah, absolutely. I used to take I would get a 32-ounce beer in like the plastic cup and just take that down on the way out.
A beer on the train is a beautiful thing.
It's, I mean, you're paying for that premium.
Yeah.
You're
paying for the premium.
People who drink on the subway, that's such a sad situation.
It's also kind of like riskier, I feel like. Like, you'll get busted drinking on the subway, right?
Well, now they have open containers. It's fine. I don't know if you're allowed to drink in the train, though, and like the subway.
Oh, but you were allowed to have open containers in the city because they started doing
in the
drinks
subway,
to go, right?
Drinks to go, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Dude, I've seen people smoke crack on the subway.
Well, that's certainly frowned upon at the very least.
when the train car smells like burnt hair, they're not gonna write.
Yeah.
They're not gonna write open container tickets.
I've never gotten a secondhand crack high. That would be interesting. I've seen people smoke on the subway.
Yeah. I've seen people. I was on a train car. Somebody was fully smoking crack.
Right.
And it smelled like burnt hair.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there and you're going, I gotta decide who I want to be now.
Right.
Do I want to be the guy who takes in crack smoke, or do I want to be the guy who moves?
You ever smoke crack?
No.
One time I was at a friend of a friend's house,
Yeah.
and I smoked out of a bong. And my buddy goes, "Hey man, just be careful. They were smoking crack out of that yesterday." And I was like, "You didn't tell me that beforehand." I'm like exhaling as he's telling me that. He's like, "There's probably crack residue in there." I was like, "I got a job interview tomorrow, man."
For what? What was the job interview?
Nah, I'm kidding. I was in high school. Just in high school, smoking crack.
You're like
as you do.
adjusting your tie and you're smoking the...
Actually, that would mean it's like I gotta go. I'm getting recruited to play football tomorrow.
Right.
I'm being
Yeah, you're
trying to get a
joining-
scholarship.
I'm gonna join the NIFL.
So the niffle. So I'm on the train in.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. This is the first time really where I'm seeing like a big band in a big kind of stadium.
You've never seen like a big
I go to lots of music
but
shows.
smaller venues.
Much smaller venues.
More unknown bands.
Yeah, more unknown bands. And not necessarily like, I mean, Terminal 5 is a pretty big venue.
big venue,
But
yeah.
it's certainly not the Barclays Center.
Absolutely
You know
not.
what I mean? The types of shows I go to are always standing room only.
I've seen Run the Jewels at Terminal 5.
Sure, yeah. Like you can see some pretty big acts at some of the venues I go to, but it's still going to be capped at like, I don't know, 2,000 people.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
right.
So I'm prepared for the pat down experience of a bigger show.
So what 40 do you have?
Oh, I got a 40 at Budweiser. Keep
Nice.
it classic. Yeah,
Classy
keep it
with the glass.
Threw it in the freezer for
Ooh.
a half hour before I left, you know?
Yeah.
It's got to be ice cold.
Crisp.
Yeah, throw down a few Jamesons or whatever at the McMahon's. Maybe a roast beef sandwich before we went in, you know? A couple mushroom stems, you know, just a little bit of an edible.
I'm gonna
smoke some crack. No, you know me. The usual.
I stabbed a guy on the train. Is this not how you get ready for Jack White?
I mean, same thing for Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Alcohol, weed, and mushrooms. You find that
you
perfect
really
trio.
go to man. If I did any of the things,
But you'd kind of never know either.
what do you mean?
Like talking to me, you wouldn't be
Yeah,
like,
no,
this
no,
guy's
no.
on some
No,
kind
no,
of
no, no,
cocktail.
No. I can never tell with you. You look plugged in. You're ready to go. If I did all
Right
those,
now, I keep looking out the window. I'm like, do you see dragons out there too, bro? This podcast is wild.
he's a bucket out.
You didn't tell me Puff the Magic Dragon was going to guest on the podcast today.
We in Narnia.
Start talking about my penis again, doing the voice, doing the accent.
My penis is a tiny flute.
You ever seen a deep fried penis?
It's an ocarina.
11 herbs and spices.
Most of them don't fit on my penis. So
This is too much fun. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
So what was? Yeah. So I'm ready for the big Barclays experience.
yes,
As in, like, I have got a little one hitter of weed on me or whatever, but weed's legal in New York now, so I really don't think much of that.
Absolutely.
And I'm very much like, I'll put everything in the bucket when I go through the metal detector. The last thing I want, same at the airport, the last thing I want is for the metal detector to go off when I go through.
Sure.
I don't want any attention.
Right.
So I take all my shit out of my pockets. I got some smokes on me or whatever, lighter, blah blah blah.
Yeah. And
I go through the metal detector. Doesn't go off. I go, beautiful. And then the guy goes, you can't take that inside.
Take what?
And I'm like scanning through I'm like, take what? He goes,
is that a hammer?
Yeah. There's a fucking tiny claw hammer.
Like a claw hammer?
With dried blood on it. They're like, you can't take that inside. I'm like, can I get it on my way out? They're like, we'll hold on to it for you. We'll remember this one. You know what I mean?
I put in a bag called evidence. Yeah.
My lighter.
Oh.
And the mushrooms are just starting to kick in.
Right.
And I didn't take a lot. Like, I can handle myself talking to somebody and stuff. But they wouldn't let me take the lighter. And I knew they were going to be locking up phones.
Sure.
Not a problem. I kind of like that.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, no phones.
Clue in.
Clue in. Yeah, I'm not going to. I would have my phone off anyway during this concert.
Right.
But the fact that I know that I look out on all these people and nobody has phones, kind of cool.
Nice.
And he's like, you can't take your lighter in there. And I was just like, I can't. I was like, you're going to take my lighter?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, sorry, man. I go, can I get it on the way out? Half kidding, but also like, I get very like,
what lighter was this?
it's just a Bic lighter. It's just a black Bic lighter. But I instantly in my head, like, words come to mind. Thief, fascist, authoritative, you know what I mean?
Jesus.
Dystopia.
Jesus Christ.
I get very like, what do you mean you fucking taking my personal life?
Right.
And what I should have done and could have done was been like, let me run outside real quick,
right,
and I'll smoke a cigarette this way, and then I'll come back and you can take the lighter, or I'll throw the lighter.
Sure.
And then I'd probably put it in my boot. I don't think that would set off the fucking metal detector.
Probably not.
But I don't do that. Yeah. I'm just like, oh man, I really can't keep the lighter because I'm like,
start crying.
I'm not going to try to smoke in the Barclays Center. That's insanity.
Yeah.
But when I get out, I want to have my lighter on me.
Or when you go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't do that. You smoke in the bathroom?
I mean, I don't know.
Have you smoked crack in a bathroom?
I'm not. That's why I said no to go to the concert.
Right.
I'm banned from the Barclays.
Barclays won't let me in anymore. Trying to burn the place down one time. Jay-Z concert back in 2015.
Apparently, you can't bring a Molotov cocktail into the Barclays.
I thought we were partying tonight. Jack White represents America.
Yeah, and I can't do anything American like throw a Molotov.
Actually, that wouldn't make sense. Molotov, Russian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay. Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah.
So whatever. He takes the lighter, but like with the mushrooms, I'm like, I just start going real loud. I'm like, this fucking sucks. Fuck this place. This corporate bullshit. And the people I'm with are like, dude, relax. Calm down. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm like, no, I know it's not a big deal.
They're pulling you back from the security lot. You fascist mom. Yeah, of course you came to see Jack White.
Yeah. Look at you with your fucking uniform, piece of shit, bootlicker, just going in on this guy, making
limousine liberal,
making minimum wage. Just like, sir, it's not my decision to make.
Sir, it's a 50-cent lighter.
Yeah, I could lose my job over this 50-cent lighter, sir. And he even was like, "There's a convenience store right across the street. When you get out, they'll be open. Like you can go get a lighter."
Yeah. We sell them the lighters after we're done taking them away from you.
And from there, I just continue on this like, this sucks. Fuck this place.
Jesus.
Because I'm looking around and now it's like a sea of people. And I'm starting to get that like, oh, this isn't like going to be, like, am I going to be tucked into a tiny seat?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For like 2
you're worried
hours
about that situation.
I'm just like, because also the seats are split up. I'm with, I have 2 seats and my friends have 2 seats. So we're kind of away from each other.
Yeah.
And we know we're going to try and kind of link up in there.
Sure.
But once they take your phone, you now can't communicate with people who are in a different section.
Right.
So it's a little bit.
Why did you guys get forced to
Someone
seats?
got like a last minute hookup, and they were like, "Well, of course I'm going to take those seats."
Sure,
and I was like,
of
"I don't
course.
blame you. Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
But so me and my buddy, we go to the original seats, and they suck.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I mean, they're far.
Yeah.
Like we got upgraded because Jack White didn't sell a lot of tickets. Apparently.
Right. Well.
Sorry, Jack.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great show.
Yeah.
But like they had like sections completely closed off.
If he'd sold out, it would have been good job, Mr. White.
Yeah,
but
good job, Mr. White.
Now that he didn't, it's like,
sorry, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Yeah. Think about the future, Jack.
Yeah. Hey, Jake. You're just not even getting the name right at this point.
JW, listen. I was just wondering, maybe you sell more tickets. And there's like it's a very old audience too. Much older than I was expecting.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it makes sense. Yeah, I didn't realize that, but it's like, it's like a lot of middle-aged people.
Yeah.
I'm getting there myself, but
Absolutely.
I still got 10 years before I'm really like,
Sure, right.
And there's these
Real ambitious to think you're going to live that long.
Ugh.
Yeah.
If I run that marathon, probably not. I won't make it till the end of the year.
That's what does it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Running can be damaging to your health. Yes. Irreparable damages. Irreparable.
Yeah.
These two women are behind us, these two like moms, and they're like, "You guys excited for the show?" And I'm like, "Fuck this place. This sucks."
Shut up, bitch.
I'm looking at my boy. I'm like, "We're gonna fucking sit here for the whole concert?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Dude, this is it." And he's
like, you can't even see like Jack White's like a little tiny ant. What are we looking at here?
Not like a tiny ant, but we're a good 60 yards away from the stage, 80 yards.
Okay.
And then like kind of up on a second pavilion. I don't know what you'd call it.
Right.
And I was with the comedian Chris Barnes. That's what I was sitting with. Check him out. Rising TikTok star.
Full names.
Full names. Chris Barnes. And he's an expert at these kinds of concerts. And he told me, he's like, go see Grateful Dead a lot, blah, 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 John Mayer. He's into all that like yacht rock bullshit, I think.
Yeah, of course.
And he tells me, he's like, buddy, I'm going to get us over there. Don't worry. We're going to go sit with them. And they have much better seats.
And this guy was a last-minute invite because I said no.
Yes.
So I like the fact that this is the dude.
Yeah.
But
if it was you, you'd just be like, shut up, Dennis. This is our seats.
I'm talking to the moms.
You're talking to the moms like, this fucking asshole's on drugs right now.
I agreed to take this guy out. It's a Big Brothers Big Sisters program. I'm just coming with all sorts of nonsense.
I'm actually running a marathon at the end of the week. Well, half marathon, but you got to start somewhere. And
I take out the medal from the previous race. Doesn't that say 10K? Shut up,
Shut
bitch.
up. So we're in those shitty seats for literally 5 minutes.
Sure.
And Barnes is like, all right, let's go. We're making our move.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, he takes us, he walks us around. He goes and he buys chicken fingers and French fries, which I'm judging the shit out of him. I'm like,
why?
Who's eating food at concerts? Again, the concerts I go to, they're not serving food.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's booze or nothing.
Okay, so with concerts, no food.
No food.
Wrestling event.
What is this, the water park?
Wrestling
You gonna
event?
get a churro? You gonna get a churro before we see Jack White?
Yeah, I think so. Wait, what about a wrestling event? Food allowed there?
Sure, it's wrestling.
Okay, it's fine.
It's garbage in the audience. They do whatever they want. I'm just happy they're fucking wearing pants at this
point. First
point.
of all, you look like a wrestling fan, so let's relax.
I look like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Looks can be deceiving.
You're a ninja.
Smoke bomb, gone.
Yeah.
And he eyes the door, like to where we know our friends are, and he fucking times it, and we just walk right in. And he tells me, he's like, just walk, look at your phone.
It's like
walk right in.
It's like when you're 20 and you got the fake ID.
Yes.
And you're nervous.
Act like you've been there before.
You're right. You're nervous, but you get in, right? But when you turn 21, and now you got the legit ID, your confidence is so fucking.
You want to get stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're begging for it.
I wasn't begging for it.
Right,
I was just like, please don't look at me.
Mushrooms are kicking in hard.
Mushrooms are kicking in a little bit. And I even told him, I was like, listen, if anything, I'm like, you walk in first and then I'll try later. But like one person sneaking past
it's so funny to think that he's confidently walking in and you're now high out of your mind and you're just doing prancing slow. You're walking slow motion as if nobody could see you. It's just like and then the security guard's just standing there watching you the entire way going,
what is this guy doing? This guy's on drugs.
You're not invisible, sir.
They're like, sir, can we see your ticket? And I just spin move away from them slowly, just pirouette away from them.
You matrix your way out of the view.
And I said to them too, I was like, we meet up with our friends, we all sit down, and I told them all,
how many yards closer are you now?
Oh, now we're like 40, maybe like 30 yards from the stage.
Okay, you've cut it
much
down
better. Yeah, we cut it in like half. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I say to my friends, I
forgot like 60 yards, 180 feet's far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's far.
Yeah, 90 feet's not that bad.
Yeah, I'm used to being able to just walk up to the stage if I really wanted to. You know what I mean? Just kind of like squeeze through people.
Right.
I don't adhere to that bullshit where it's like tall people at concerts, like, oh, I got this guy in front of me.
So you're the tall guy in the front?
I'm the sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Fuck you, man. I paid to be here too. I'm gonna die early because I'm tall. Guess what? I'm gonna go to the front.
I'm gonna go to the front.
Fucking
Absolutely.
move to the left or the right of me. All right.
Yeah.
I said to them, I'm like, at one point, you're just because I'm not staying for the whole show. I'm like,
you've made this determination.
Once I walked in there, I was like, I want my fucking lighter back. I got an email to write.
I don't care if you guys invited me to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, I was like, at one point, you guys, because I'm sitting last on the row, like furthest from the stage. And I say, at one point, you'll turn around. I'm just not going to be here. Don't worry. I'm telling you, I'm Irish exiting early.
Okay.
And
so not an Irish exit at all, but all right.
Well, it was an Irish exit.
Okay. Who's the opening act?
Be Your Own Pet, who we caught the last 10 minutes of. I wasn't really impressed, but that's not... I can't judge it. If I saw them in Nashville, where they're from, at like a small venue, I'd probably love it.
Yeah,
but
of course.
You got a band that's not meant to be playing the Barclays Center playing the Barclays Center.
I don't like the acoustics of the Barclays Center is rather shit.
I thought the sound was okay, but it's still cavernous. You know what I mean?
It's
huge.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's wall of sound.
I saw Lord with Dina there, and I mean, yeah, man. You know what I mean?
What was her big one?
There's a few.
I fly like paper get. No, I know
that's not it at all.
MIA.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I can't even think of a Lord song.
Whatever. Royals. That was her song.
Yeah, it will never be Royals. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Real white girl shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But the music was good. It's fine. But
Sure.
what I don't like is that like she gets a lot of gay fans, and this is the problem. They scream the lyrics.
Oh.
So it takes you completely the fuck
Yeah.
out.
If you're not screaming along, you're like, what the fuck is this
then
about?
then you start to become hateful.
Yeah.
You're like,
well, you walked in hateful. Let's be honest.
That's true. Let's not pretend.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend I developed it there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you're sitting there.
So sitting there, and Jack White comes out looking like the Joker, pale as ever.
Yeah.
I mean,
that man makes you look Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
He is a pale man.
He's pale and like
sickly pale.
To the point where it's like you gotta.
Yeah.
That's an active thing. That's like being tan all the time.
Yes.
It doesn't just happen.
Right.
You need to like this guy is not leaving the house during sunlight.
You know how like people have the tanning membership?
Yeah.
He's got like an indoor.
He's moonbathing.
He's moonbathing.
He's moonbathing.
Absolutely.
I would moonbathe. That sounds nice, right?
It does sound.
It kind of sounds nice.
It sounds refreshingly cool.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah.
But I mean, puts on a great show. I don't know a lot of the music. I haven't really kept up with him.
Instead of like the eyes, the little things that cover your eyes, they're just glasses.
They're just regular glasses. Just regular glasses. Yeah. Moon glasses. Yeah, but they're Elton John.
You know how like some people they wear like just like the underwear when they go tanning?
Yeah.
He's wearing a full coat.
He's wearing a NASA spacesuit.
Yeah, he's wearing a scuba gear.
Yeah. So yeah, he puts on a great show.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it.
What does he lead with? Does he play White Stripe stuff?
He did. He played early on, and it was like maybe the second or third song he played "Dead Leaves in the Dirty Ground," which already I'm like, that's like my favorite song by them.
Song.
Probably fucking fantastic song.
Okay, I like that one.
And the guy can rip. He's working the crowd.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. That guy, I saw him. I remember he was on SNL, and just watching him play the guitar, and it's just I'm watching on TV, man, and it's just like. The guy makes that guitar sing.
Yeah, he's a super like music head, historical music guy. Yes. All of his gear looks like it's antiques and shit.
Built furniture.
Yeah, built furniture, upholsterer.
Yeah, and then he was working on his guitar.
Married his sister. No, I know.
But his guitar skills are just insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but I'm having that thing too, which I don't even attribute it to the drugs. This is just how I am.
Sure.
And I wonder if you get this way too, and I think you do. If I go and watch a comedy show, I get annoyed at some points where I'm like, what am I doing sitting here? Like, I do that. I'm watching Jack White, and I'm like, this is great and everything, but man, I'm having that itch of like, I want to be on stage. Like, I fucking do that. I was thinking that, like, I kind of do this.
I've never...
not getting bummed out, but just a little like, sure.
I understand what it's like to see somebody, like, when they're on stage. And
when they're killing, even if it's a different medium.
When it comes to the guitar, no. Mm-hmm. Absolutely
Don't get that at all?
No.
I still got it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's like, when I was 12, I used to watch the NBA and be like, I could do that. You know what I mean?
I still think you could, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You ran 13.1 miles today.
Ever seen me jump?
No.
There you go.
Never seen you leave the ground at all. That's a good point. Which is funny because I've played you one-on-one in basketball and you've beaten me.
Yeah.
And I played basketball for many years.
Yeah, right.
But between those feelings and just
so you're having these feelings of watching this guy play and you're going, I should be on stage somewhere?
I should be like, seeing someone else killing.
I've never seen,
seeing someone else killing makes me miss killing.
This should be a clip for not doing drugs.
No, do drugs.
No,
Feel these feelings.
you should-
They're under there. They're there, dude.
Oh, I get it, but it's just like this is what I want to ask though. Is it just him?
Oh no, it's full band.
Okay, but is there
Light show.
Light
There's
show.
there's a mannequin on stage with a mic,
Okay.
which I loved.
What's the mannequin doing?
It's like a statue, like a porcelain statue of just like a woman,
Yeah.
like looking like she's about to sing.
Right.
But she's a statue.
Okay.
And she has a mic in front of her.
Okay.
Which I love that aesthetic. I thought that was so
That's
fucking
cool.
cool.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of
But
cool.
like, I like when they do like there's stuff to look at.
Yeah, there's stuff to look at.
Don't fucking go out there and just play.
No,
when you're doing.
he knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Playing a big arena like that.
Yeah.
And it's not. I didn't feel like I should be a rock star.
Yeah. How many songs in are you before you have this feeling?
I'm like an hour in.
Okay, he's did an hour set.
Because I'm just oh no, he played for probably 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah. I'd say he probably played for an hour and a half, at least 2 hours. I left. I pull my Irish
What to do?
goodbye.
An open mic?
I immediately.
Yeah.
I walked outside. I started telling the phone people. I'm like, let me ask you. You think there's something here? Start telling them premises. I'm like, listen, you ever have your phone taken from you? You fucking fascist piece of shit.
you get on the payphone. You're calling people running bits.
No, it's not. It's just seeing someone kill. It's like, oh man, I should be killing somewhere. I don't know.
Man, listen, I would get that if I'm watching comedy.
Yeah.
But I've
more gotten it when I watch. This is the first time.
I don't feel that way when I'm watching somebody who's playing a fucking instrument, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he was doing jokes in between.
Was he?
He's like, what's black and white and red all over?
Okay, all right.
My divorce papers.
my sister/wife.
That would make sense. The aesthetic, black.
Yeah.
So I fucking leave. I make my exit, and I'm starting to get the anxiety because I don't know what time it is. I don't know what time train I'm catching home. It's one of those things where like the phone's been locked up. I don't know what time is any longer. Yeah. No, I wasn't that fucked up on
bugging out,
mushrooms.
Man.
I wasn't bugging out. I was
I know you handle your shit well.
I was enjoying myself quite a bit, but it's also like the thing where it's like,
why didn't you wait till the end? I mean, if it was like
because I didn't want to leave with 10,000 people or whatever it was.
The
idea of like 4,000 people flooding out through these front doors and everyone trying to get their phones back and shit. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm gonna be the first one to leave.
I'm gonna tell you right now. When you do the race, when you run this half marathon, it is pure pandemonium to get to where you got to go.
Right.
And there's different groups because people have different start times.
Right.
Because there's different waves.
Yeah.
They're telling you they'll close the thing up. Now you're jammed with people. People are trying to pee. It's a fucking mess. And then when you end, similar to a concert, now you're just jammed with these people again.
Yeah.
So I totally understand that feeling of saying, fuck all that.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
I got to get away from this as soon as possible. Like when I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
And go out, get my phone out of the case. Next train's leaving in 6 minutes.
Oh.
Walk over. How much for a bottle of water? I always ask the vendors because they'll try to fuck you. Never pay more than $2 for a bottle of water.
Sure.
He says $2. I go, I'll take a bottle of water.
Right.
Walk downstairs, walked onto my train. I was home a half hour later. It was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful thing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. It's a good night.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I think we're, that's, I mean, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I think we're good.
Meet me outside.
Yeah.
Meet me outside. Meet me outside?
Met me outside?
Meet me inside outdoors. We're working on the Meisner technique for the name of the podcast. You take it out. Go ahead.
Inside meat? All right. Well, shows.
Oh yeah. Let's do a little plugs. Follow me on Instagram at Dennis Rooney 7. That's where I put all my dates up and little videos from time to time. Check out my other podcast, Netflix Book Club. Me and my buddy, another comic, Mike Toohey. Every week we watch a movie that's streaming on Netflix and then we talk about it.
May 6th, May 7th, I'll be at Wisecrackers in Pennsylvania. Also pushing the Rogue Island Comedy Fest at the end of May. Be sure to check me out there. Also, if you guys share and tag me or Dennis in terms of social media or sharing the podcast or clips.
Share those reels.
Yeah, share the reels. Tag us. And I will send you a free copy of the album. Why not? I'll do that. What was I going to say? Please rate and review the podcast. That kind of shit's important. That really means it makes a huge difference. It gives us a bump in terms of viewership and all that kind of stuff. And, I think that really covers everything. Yeah, this was fun. I had a good time. And not to say that I don't ever, I don't know.
Oh, sometimes more fun than others.
Yeah,
Today was a good one.
I would say, today was
I'm on mushrooms.
And as always, meet me out in...
MMO.
MMO?
Massive multiplayer online.
There we go. MMO. Meet me outside.